Okay guys, in this video I go over the various forms of line graphing. You're going to need to know what form it's in, and then after you've identified the form, you go ahead and graph the line. So y equals negative 3x plus 2, so you're going to circle the equals, and y is over here all by itself, x is over here. Therefore the form is slope y-intercept form. So to graph it, I use the slope and the y-intercept. Okay, now the y-intercept is the number not multiplied by x. It's a 2. Okay, so I go ahead and plot that, 0, 2 on the y-axis. Then from there I identify my slope, negative 3 over 1. Okay, remember that's rise over run. And negative 3 is my rise, so that means down, and I go 1 forward from the first point. 2, 3, right, 1, 1, 2, 3, right, 1, and there I have enough points easily to make my line. So I take the ruler, remember to put arrows on both ends. Okay, now the next equation, negative 2x plus 3y equals negative 12. This time, here's my equals, my equation. The y and the x are on the same side of the equation. So that means it's in standard form. So standard form, I make two coordinates, and I find my y and x intercept. So I put 0, 0. This is what we did the last time we watched the video. Okay, so I write that down twice. Further down, and if x is 0, we parenthesize the x and just scribble it out, put a 0. Now negative 2 times 0 is 0, so I get rid of that. So I have 3 times y equals negative 12, so then I can divide by 3, and negative 12 divided by 3 is negative 4. Okay, now here the y is 0. So 3 times 0 is 0. And then I have negative 2 times x equals negative 12. Remember, negative 2 is a multiplier. You have to divide by that number. By negative 2. Negative 12 divided by negative 2 is 6. So 0, negative 4 on the y-axis. I go down 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 6, 0. So on the x-axis, I go forward 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and I now have my y and x intercept, which allows me to graph the line. Okay, now the next page you're going to see something you haven't seen before. It's so easy. It's not even worth doing its own video for us. So I put it in with the others. Now, you only have one variable, okay? Therefore, it's a new form. It's called constant form. Constant form is very easy. Instead of making 2 coordinates, you're going to make 3, x, y. And whatever the variable is, in this case it's a y, you put that in every y part of the coordinate. So negative 3 is your y. Constant form. Okay, and then x can be whatever you want. I would just go 1, 2, 3. And then you just plot those points and make your line. So 1, negative 3, I go forward 1, down 3. Then I go back to the middle. 2, negative 3, I go forward 2, down 3. 3, negative 3, I go forward 3, down 3. Okay? And it's a straight horizontal line. And any coordinate on that line has a y value of negative 3. Okay? You are constantly at negative 3 on the y, as far as the y coordinate goes. Now x equals 2. This time I only have one of the 2 variables. Okay, so it's in constant form, because x is constantly equal to 2. So I make 3 coordinates, x, y. Now x equals 2, so then I'm going to put 2 this time for all the x's, because this time it's x. Make sure you listen to that. And then y isn't even in here, so it's 1, 2, 3. It can be whatever I want. So I go forward 2, up 1. 2, 2 means I go back to middle, go forward 2, up 2. And then 2, 3, I go forward 2, up 3. Okay, this time the line is straight vertical. Okay, this has a slope of 0 because it just goes forward and doesn't rise at all. This has an undefined slope because it doesn't really, it doesn't even go forward. So, okay, my next problem, y equals negative 5/3 x plus 2. So here's the equals, and the y and the x are on opposite sides. So I want to use slope y-intercept form to graph it. So slope y-intercept. So my slope is negative, my y-intercept first, that's a number not multiplied by x, 0, 2. So I go up 2, plot the point. Then I use my slope to get every subsequent point, negative 5 over 3. So that's rise over run, and I'm going to go 5 down and 3 forward. On a slope, always go forward. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and there's my line. Okay, my next equation, 8x minus 2y equals negative 24. This time the x and the y are both in the equation. They're on the same side, so it's in standard form. So in standard form, we need two coordinates. We're going to identify our x and y intercepts. So 0, 0. And I write that out twice. 8x minus 2y equals negative 24. 8x minus 2y equals negative 24. So if x is 0, we parenthesize the x, put a 0, 8 times 0 is 0. So now we have a simplified equation, negative 2 times y equals negative 24, so I'm going to divide by negative 2. Negative 24 divided by negative 2 is 12. So 12 is your y. Now, if y is 0, you parenthesize the y, and 2 times 0 is 0, so 8 times x equals negative 24. So I divide by 8, and negative 24 divided by 8 is negative 3. Now, on the y-axis, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but you run out of room. So what I want you to do on the y-axis is put 2. So that means you can count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So as long as you put that 2 there, that's what we're at, 2. Now, negative 3 is 0. I go backwards 3, but I don't have to go by 2s here, okay? I'm still going to go by 1s on this. I can do 1s here and 2s here. So 1, 2, 3. It's perfectly legal. Okay, so I have my y and x intercept, and I just connect them and make a line out of it, and that gets the equation graphed. Okay, next, here's the equals. There's no x in the problem, so that makes it a constant form. Constant forms are extremely easy, okay? So what's the letter up there? You have y equals negative 3. So you're going to, since y is equal to negative 3, put that in for all your y's, and then 1, 2, 3. So I go forward 1, down 1, 2, 3. 2, negative 3, I go forward 2, down 3. And then 3, negative 3, I go forward 3, down 3. And there's your line where y is constantly, you are constantly at -3 on the y-axis. Okay, x equals 2. Okay, another constant, so x is 2, 2, 2, 2, constant. Identify the form, and those are the only three forms. You got slope, y-intercept, standard form, and constant form. And then 1, 2, 3. So I go forward 2, up 1, forward 2, up 2. 2, 3 means I go forward 2, up 3, and that's always from the middle. Those coordinates, again, are in the middle. Okay, so now I have a line that's constantly, x is -3, or x is 2, I'm sorry. Okay, one more round. -3x minus 4y equals -24. There's the equals, and there's y, and there's x on the same side together. That means it's in standard form. Remember, don't try to rewrite the equation. A lot of things can go wrong there. So you're going to set up your two coordinates, 0, 0. Okay, write that out twice. Okay, so x is 0, -3 times 0 is 0. Then -4 times y equals -24. Divide by -4. -24 divided by -4 is 6. Okay, so the y-intercept's 6. I don't go forward or backwards. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now if y is 0, you get rid of your y. Your y becomes 0. -4 times 0 is 0. And then I have -3 times x equals -24. So I divide by -3. And -24 divided by -3 is 8. So I go back to middle, forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then that allows me to make my line. Okay, next one, y equals 1/2 x minus 5. The y is all by itself and the x is on the other side. That means it's in slope, y-intercept form. So I'm going to go slope, y-intercept. The y-intercept is -5, because that's your constant, and then 1/2. So that's rise over run. So I go plot 0, -5 first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1/2, I do a rise of 1 and a run of 2 forward. So 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. Again, that process is repeated for infinity, so that's why you put arrows on the lines. Okay. Y equals 7. That's constant form. Okay. So the y is constantly at 7. 7, 7, 7 for y. And then x isn't even in the equation, so that can be 1, 2, 3. So I go forward 1, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Forward 2, up 7. And forward 3, up 7. And I have a line where we are constantly at 7. Okay, then the last one. Y is all by itself, x over here. So again, we have another equation where we have slope, y-intercept form. Okay, so -4 is the y-intercept. then my slope is 3 over 1. So rise over run. So I would rise 3 and move 1 forward. So 1, 2, 3, right 1. 1, 2, 3, right 1. And I have my equation. Now I'd like to pause the video and then work on these problems and then continue it when you are done. Okay, going to learn a new type of story problem. This is it says Noah and Kate are shopping for new guitar strings in a music store. They buy 4 packages of strings and 1 music book. The book costs $16. Their total cost is $72. Calculate the cost for 1 pack of strings. Now this time you have 3 units. Keep your eye peeled. You got packages, music books, and money. Well, with 3 units, I'm not going to make the 3 boxes. I'm not going to put the table up there. With 3 units, here's what you're going to do. You're going to put up above the problem, you're going to put independent and dependent. There's 2 independent units. Those are the 2 things you're buying, packages and music books. And then the dependent unit is your money. So what you're going to do with 3 units, first independent, dependent, then you're going to make a 9-box chart, okay? And here's how you label the columns. You put your 2 independent units, packages, you can just put P, music books, MP. Then here you put the word together. You're going to do that every time. Packages, MB, it's an M and a B, music books. All right, now the rows, here's how you abbreviate the rows. Okay? You put how many. Then you're going to put your dependent label here. Money and money. This is for per, and this is for total. Okay? Actually, instead of per, let's put 1. Money for 1. Now, first, what's your money total together? The total cost was $72. Put an equals in front of that. Now, how many has nothing to do with money. It means how many of them I have, okay? So, how many packages? You bought 4 of them. How many music books? You bought 1 of them. So, together, 4 plus 1 is 5. Now, in this class, you're never going to put anything in that box right there, ever. Now, how much does 1 package cost? You don't know that. That's because that's your answer. So that's X. How much does 1 music book cost? $16. Now, what you do, you bought 4 packages. You don't know how much 1 cost. So you write the expression for X because you're taking 4 times X. And then I take 1 times 16, and that's 16. Now I have an equation. 4X plus 16 equals 72. So X has a multiplier there. You minus 16. 72 minus 16 is going to be 56. Then you divide by 4. 56 divided by 4 is 14. Okay, so if 1 package costs $14. Okay, you sell necklaces and bracelets at a craft fair. Each necklace will be sold for $5 each, while each bracelet will be sold for $7 each. You want to make $445 at the end of the day. If 40 necklaces are sold, how many bracelets will be sold to meet your goal? So again, you got 3 units, necklaces, bracelets, and money. So when you have 3 units, you're never going to be able to make a line, so you're going to go independent, dependent. The two things you're buying are the independent units, necklaces and bracelets. And then the dependent unit is money, okay? So you make a table. And up top you put the two things you're buying, necklaces, bracelets, and then together. Then the rows you put how many, and then you put your dependent unit, and this is the cost for one of them. This is the cost, the total cost. Okay, so the total cost at the end here, total cost is $445. Now, how many necklaces did we buy? We bought 40 of them, okay? How many bracelets did we buy? It never says. It doesn't give me an actual how many bracelets I bought, because that's your answer to the problem. So X. So you can't really add them together, okay? You're going to get rid of that. And then you're not going to put anything in here, okay? Okay, the cost for one necklace, you got $5. The cost for one bracelet is $7. Now I can have an equation here. 40 times 5 is 200, because you bought 40 necklaces for $5 for one of them, so you multiply. And then I don't know the X, so that's 7X. So my equation is 200 plus 7X equals 445. So X has a multiplier of 7. We need to take the 200 to 0 by subtracting it. So 7.x equals $445. Then I divide by 7. 445 divided by 7 is 63, just put 64 bracelets. Okay, next problem. A group of friends go bowling. The cost of each game is $5.30. The cost to rent shoes is $2.50 per person. The total cost is $55.20. If 3 people went bowling, how many games did they play? Okay, so independent, I'll get that table here in a bit. Dependent. So the independent unit's the two things you're paying for, game and person. The dependent unit is your money every time. Okay, so game and person, and then together. How many? And then I put my dependent unit, dollars and dollars. This is the cost for one of them, and this is the total cost. Now the total cost in the problem is $55.20. You fill that in first. Always get that. Now go up to your top row. How many games did we play? Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. So that's X. How many persons or people went bowling? 3. So I'm not going to add anything. Usually I'm going to add those two. Okay. All right, now the cost for one game is $5.30. The cost for one person is $2.50 because they rent the shoes. Okay, so X times 530. I don't know what X is, so I write the expression 5.30X. And then we have 3 people. It costs $2.50 per person. You multiply those. 3 times 2.50 is 7.5. So now I have my equation. 5.30x plus 7.5 equals 55.20. Okay, then I subtract the 7.5 from both sides. 55.20 minus 7.5 is going to be 47.7. Then I divide by 5.30. And then I divide. I have my answer. I got 9. X equals 9, so they played 9 games. Okay, last one. A soccer coach is purchasing soccer balls and bags. The coach buys 7 soccer balls and 3 bags and pays a total of $106.80. If the soccer balls cost $12.99, how much do the bags cost? Okay, so the two things you're buying are the balls and the bags. You don't want to put B and B, then you get confused. And then together. Then, how many? Money and money, the money for one and the money total. Now first, what's your money total? $106.80. It's the highest money you got in the problem, equals. I'm going to cross that out because I place that. How many means how many balls did you buy? You bought 7. How many bags do you buy? You put 3. Actually, for this assignment, just get rid of these 2 boxes. I mean, I know that's 10 together, but you don't ever use that anyway. The cost for one of them, okay? One ball costs $12.99. And one bag, I don't know. Now go down and look here. That's because that's the answer. Okay, so I multiply 7 by $12.99 to find the total cost for the balls. You bought 7 of them, $12.99 each, 90.93. And then here I just write the expression 3x. So I have 90.93 plus 3x equals 106.80. So x has a multiplier of 3. Then you minus 90.93. And you have 3 times x. Then 106.80 minus 90.93 is 15.87. Then I divide by 3, and that's going to be 5.29. Okay, so the bags cost $5.29. So that is how to solve a problem with 3 units of importance instead of 2. Okay.